Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming on time. We have about 175 attendees. Maybe you just wait 3 more minutes before we start. Take note that we'll be recording this session because some of the vendors cannot attend, and we will post the video online for whoever that needs to watch later. Thank you. So also take note, we have muted you and also disabled the chat function. We will only enable the chat function once we finish our Q&A. Okay, we have prepared some Q&A for you based on the questions that we have asked on the Excel sheet. So once those have been addressed, then we will let you ask questions by typing. Thank you. Hi, Adam. Do you want to start sharing the file, the slides, at least the first slide?
Yep. Let me share screen. Can everyone see the screen, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
But actually the screen is a bit small. It would be good if you can share it through the Microsoft Point rather than this web page, because it's taking up a lot of. It is not showing fully lah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
give me one sec. Like that. Is that better?
Hold on. Yes, this is great. It's very big now. Okay.
Okay.
I think we can start.
We can start.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar on the PSG policy updates for the pre-approval program. So if you guys don't know, I'm Adam from the SME Go Digital team, and I'm here with my colleague. I'm sure you also know who Jie Ling, and we are also joined with Wee Xiong as well from CSA, as well as some of our other folks from the PA Ops team. And this afternoon, we'll be taking you through a very important policy update that will affect all vendors moving forward in the near future of the program. And before we just dive into that, I'll probably just pass the time over to Jering to just give you some information more about our Gitbook guide, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. So we will have some important announcement after the Gitbook guide as well. So maybe just go to a Gitbook guide first with the pre-approval guide. Yep. Okay, so I'm not sure if everybody is aware. We launched this pre-approval guide through this platform called Gitbook a few months ago. So the role of this guide is actually to help you find information like eligibility criteria, evaluation stages and processes, so on and so forth. But of course, what is most important for you, right? As our existing vendor is the updates on new solution categories and its requirements. In the past, we put all the checklists on the ICM IMDA website. So we have already removed the entire section and move it directly here. So maybe let me just share how the Gitbook guide looks like, so you have an idea. Okay, so this is the screen. Once you go in, you can see all this information, and it's also mobile enabled. So for yourselves, if you want to look for a new solution category, it's under this identify suitable solution categories, and we list down everything here, grouped by the sectors. If you don't go by sectors, you can also look, Control F and find information here. And of course, we have latest updates here that will tell you as of 26 September, what has been changed, what has been revised. Okay, then if you are interested to go into a particular section, you can click in and read the requirements. So it's no longer an Excel page. Now it's like all the solutions categories are listed here with all the requirements one by one. So it's good for you if you can do some search, or you can send this to your colleague easily. Yeah, and on top of that, important things for you will be you can access things like welcome to pre-approval vendor program. And then we have this new section here like the annual review date. Okay, so this will tell you what are the requirements. So your team can read about it, or you can read about it. So we have infographics that will help you understand on the spot. We also have change request process, marketing guidelines, resources. So this is a very simplified guideline. If you have no time to read the whole file, it's okay. We have this simplified for you. Your marketing manager can just come here and read all this information, all very concise. What are things that you can do, cannot do? All this already here. What are the steps before publication? What are FAQs? Then another popular section will be locating your QR codes and UTM. So all these are all available here. And of course, back to the pre-approved vendor program, there are a lot of things that, new vendors may need to understand. There's this exclusive pre-approved vendor community, which a lot of you are already in. We have the T's and C's, we have the guidelines and compliance, change request process, what marketing stuff and guidelines you can follow. So your listing on CTOS service. Yeah. So all these resources are to help you to, maintain your contract status. Adam, maybe you can go back to the slide.
Sure.
Not seeing the slide yet.
Yeah. Okay. Can everyone see the slide? Wait.
Not for me. Yeah, okay, coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next. Yeah, sorry, one more before that. So we will be making major updates to the pre-approval guide because we prepared new content for our vendor management portal. We will share more details in the next slide. So but for next, I'll need you to next slide. I'll need you to pick up your phone and scan this QR code. So we actually prepared a very simple 3-question survey. So based on what I've shared with you on the pre-approval guide earlier on, we just need you to give us some sensing how useful you think this is. What kind of improvements do you think we should make? So maybe I just give everyone 2 minutes to just write something lah. Okay, then let me just monitor how many people have provided some response. So we have a little KPI lah. We need about 100 lah. Okay, so please help us.
Jelling, I just checked with you. Is the form available already? Because
Is it
I
not
tried
available?
to, I just tested, but it doesn't seem to be. Yeah. Is that what's going on, guys? Can you is it just me? If it is, can
Yes,
you
yes.
give
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me change the setting. Oh dear, what's
Okay.
happening?
No
Okay,
problem, no
never mind.
problem.
Can
It's
we just move
okay.
on first? I'll fix it at the end. Move on first.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
move on
sure.
first. Yeah, move it to later.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Press one more time. Okay, so very important announcement on the vendor management portal, which a lot of you are waiting and asking and wondering what is it all about. Okay, so the old SGDPAS will run in parallel but will eventually retire. So we already like told you since 1st October, right? Not to put in new change requests, not to put in this, not to put in that, no new application, and everyone knows about it. So you'll be excited to know when it will be up, our new portal. So we are currently in the final stages already. So once everything is really ready, all tested, we will let you know. So via the email or vendor community lah, once we have a firm date. But most likely we are looking at somewhere end November, or if really cannot, first week of December lah. Die lah. Okay, die, this one really will go online. Okay. So what are the key changes? We will let you know in the next briefing. Because this briefing is about CEM, I don't want to take up too much time telling you about this, but you can see some of these important features lah. So why did we change out? Because the legacy system SGDPA is not scalable. We have been using it for 5 years, then it's very hard to change things. So the new one will be very new, very nice and exciting. So please look forward to it. Okay, and one important note, for those vendors that receive an email from us to complete their annual review by 1st January 2026. So you need to use the new portal. Okay, maybe next slide, please. So I think people will be worried how to use the new portal. Will you have some training? Will you have updated content on the pre-approval guide? Yes. So whether when the pre-approval guide will be going live with all the new things, will it be earlier or not? It will be confirmed lah. I mean, I already completed everything. It's just a matter of we need to run one more layer of checks. Once everything is okay, we can go live first. But without a system, you're just reading something that you cannot apply. So maybe it will be timed together, or maybe just one day earlier. We don't know yet. Okay. So some of you will also be wondering, apart from training and briefing, any kind of other help sessions. No worries. Adam and I are always ready to help you. So we are planning to do this group session where Adam will have a Teams channel by himself and I have a Teams meeting by myself. Whenever anybody has problem, just come in, ask your question, we'll help you on the spot. So that is something we are thinking. If it's viable, we will do it. How many sessions, all this, we're not sure yet, but we definitely will try out lah. Then, of course, the pre-approval guide will be updated, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, next. Yeah, so I noticed that some of you are not in our SME Go Digital WhatsApp vendor community. I think this is very important because we always share all these policy changes, event opportunities, and new initiatives. So I understand some of you don't read email so quickly lah, but on WhatsApp, right, once you send a message, you can react very fast and you never miss anything. So this is the example for those that don't know what the community is about. And then if you're worried that your number will be exposed to a few hundred people, don't worry. I've already shown a screen, right? You can only see the person's picture, name, and the message. You cannot see the text. And of course, the picture is only available if the person put the picture as a public profile. Yeah, if it's private, I think the image will be hidden. So if you haven't joined, please email me. I'll send you an invitation. I cannot expose the URL here. Otherwise, there'll be unknown people joining. I'm not comfortable with that lah. I'm sure you're also not comfortable with don't know who joining our community lah. So yeah, email me if you have not signed up. Okay, next please. Yeah, so this is Adam's. I'll pass back to Adam while I go and fix the form. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Jieling. Yes, so thanks everyone. We just also wanted to announce that we have some new solution categories that we have launched very recently. I'm sure that many of you have noticed if you're in the WhatsApp group chat, or you might have received it via our EDM. So the two new categories that we've launched, one is the essential businesses under AI accounting automation. And basically, this AI content automation enables companies to automate your key accounting processes to do data extraction, data entry, categorization, and reconciliation. And you push this data to the accounting softwares lah. So if you have any of these solutions and you want to apply for this solution category, please do feel free to reach out to us or apply when the portal is up and running. The other solution category that we've launched recently as well is the digital concierge that is under the hotel IDP. And what this solution does, it actually provides guests with 24/7 virtual assistants for hotel requests, bookings, information through their mobile web or messaging platforms in quite a few number of languages lah. So if you have a solution that is similar to that, or it can do those type of features and you want to check it out more, refer to our Gitbook guide or reach out to us to find out more about the information. And of course, again, the portal right now, you won't be able to submit anything right now at the moment because it's undergoing system enhancements lah, as per what Jieling said. And very interesting part, we don't do this very often, but very recently we are starting to look into or opening up the floor to actually research into different solutions. So if you are a vendor who actually has a digital training solution, and you would like to give your 2 cents or your information about how your solution works, what type of customers use your solution, please feel free to get in touch with us. This digital training system should be able to design training experiences through customized, interactive, or on digital demand content lah, to onboard and train your workers in various industries, F&B included as well. This is something that our solution strategy team is looking into at the moment as a possible solution category. So it's not a definite confirmation, but it's just something that we are doing some research on. So if you have a solution like that, please come through. And for the other part, for the other solution as well, there is a sales order automation where we are also looking for AI-enabled solutions to help your B2B transform WhatsApp orders or WhatsApp messages into purchase orders to be integrated into ERP or accounting and inventory systems lah. So if any of you are interested, please email our colleague Kevin_Wang at imda.gov.sg. Ken? Yep. And if you have want to know more about it, also just feel free to reach out to us. Ken?
Oh, okay, Adam, the link is working already.
Oh, okay. Shall I go back?
Yes. Just to let you guys know, some of these slides were just created this morning at 11 a.m. So we didn't have a lot of time to check. Sorry about it. It's working now. Let me just try. Should be working. Yep. Okay, just a very simple 3 questions. Yep. Hopefully it can help us provide feedback. It will be very important for us to, find ways and means to enhance the slides. I mean the site. Because some of you said that the site is too wordy. So we are thinking how to balance that lah. So some pages there are infographics, some pages we did a guide flow, some pages we have videos, recordings. So we are really trying ways and means to make this site very, very intuitive and easy for everyone to onboard without contacting us at all. Okay, so yeah, do share with us how you think about it. Okay, we have about 64 responses. So hoping that we can get a bit more. We just give about 2 minutes more until 3:25.
Yep, that sounds good.
Just to also let everyone know, currently we disabled the chat function. The reason is we wanted everyone to concentrate on our briefing, because based on our experience during the last event briefing, there were so many chatters ongoing. Then some of the briefing information was not being able to be absorbed well lah. So we thought that we deliver everything to you one shot first. Then if you still have questions, then okay, you can type and we will start the Q&A sessions. Yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we have already received the information that the questions you have through the Google Sheet, and we have prepared some of these answers for you. I'm sure a lot of you have already gotten the ISO 27001, and you're wondering what's the next step for you. Are you exempted or are you not? How is IMD going to check? This webinar will cover all these questions. So yeah, you can just hold back some of these questions and let us address all. If some of the questions are still insufficient, you can then ask us. Anything else to add on, Adam?
Nope, I think that's
Okay,
pretty spot
so
on.
it's 3:25. We can proceed.
Okay. I think are you sharing the slide? Do you take over? Maybe you can pass it back. Oh, it's okay. I'll just reshare.
Do you want me to share? I can share it. No problem.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me. Okay, can everyone see the screen?
Not yet. Coming out soon.
Wait.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so thanks everyone for filling up the survey form. So we will move forward. And then of course, if you have any questions, we will hold it until the end lah. Okay. So now finally we get to the part that we actually base this webinar on, which is the Cyber Essentials mark. So for everyone's, as we mentioned also, moving forward, the chat function will be disabled. And at the end, we will actually turn it back on for any of the Q&A. So I know that as we go through this, you may have a lot of questions wondering how relevant it is to you. And you can ask all those questions at the end. Okay, so as many of you vendors know, that part of our pre-approval program, there is an annual review that will be conducted, and vendors will actually have to meet certain criteria to stay on the program. And some of the common assessments you already know when you perform your annual review is that, of course, you have to have a good track record in violations of T&Cs, good code of conduct. There cannot be any unresolved complaints from any of your SMEs or customers, as well as your pre-approval solution should have at least 6 satisfied customers before you perform your annual review. This is inclusive of the non-PSG as well. And lastly, the positive net equity has to be positive. Sorry, your net equity has to be positive in your latest financial year. And I believe that for quite some time now, when Jie Ling and I have been guiding vendors through the application, we always tell you guys CEM is something that is not mandatory now, but will be in the near future. So it's not shocking in that sense. So we will be making this certification, Cyber Essentials Mark certification, mandatory moving forward. And basically what ideally that means is that if when you perform your annual review, if you as a vendor fail to meet any part of these criteria, your appointment will be suspended or terminated in that sense. So what we'll go through today is actually what is the Cyber Essentials Mark. So I'm going to explain it in as layman's term as possible, because I know that cybersecurity can be a very technical thing for many of us who, just sometimes we are the owner of the solution, sometimes we sell the solution, sometimes we are the reseller, and we may not know the nooks and crannies or the ins and outs of what composes of cybersecurity. So I have gone through a little bit of what it is and tried to break it down in as simple as possible. So if I can understand it, I'm sure many of you can as well. So let's go through the Cyber Essentials Mark. So if you can think of it, it is your basic cybersecurity report card in that sense for your business. And it is your way of telling your customers, saying that, yes, our company knows how to protect our data and keep our customers' information properly. The CEM, or the Cyber Essentials Mark certification, it covers 5 fundamental areas. And let me give you some real examples that you recognize from your daily operations. Firstly, know your assets. This means having a proper inventory. Just like you know how many laptops you may have, how many phones that you issue to your employees, how many software licenses your company has, you would need to know and track all your digital assets. From time to time, we do find out that many SMEs, find out along the way that they either have forgotten old email accounts or old handphones that actually are still in the system when their colleagues have long left. So that is actually one of the areas of knowing your assets. Secondly, secure and protect. This is your basic security hygiene. Think of your strong passwords or having strong passwords. When I mean this, I mean your passwords don't basically spell password 123 or ABCD 12345. Also, it includes having antivirus softwares that actually work, and you don't let everyone access everything. So good basic hygiene means also not being able to share emails and passwords to one another. And it's, I guess in very simple terms, it's like having proper locks on your office doors and not giving your keys to everyone in that sense. Thirdly, keeping everything updated. If many of you know, there are a lot of software updates and notifications, and that's actually critical security patches, and that is basically like maintaining your office building. So just like you would in your own home, you wouldn't ignore it if your house was broken or had a faulty door. So please, this is kind of ensuring that your system and everything is in check, and it is not open to other people to access it without your knowledge. Fourth is backing it up. And you can imagine if your office is burned down tomorrow in that sense, would you be able to recover your customers' data, your invoices, and your business records? This ensures that you have reliable backups and actually work when you actually need them. So that is what it means, like backing up your information. And finally, being ready to respond. This basically means having a plan for when things go wrong. Just like in a simple fire evacuation plan, you would know exactly what to do when you are hit with a cybersecurity attack or data breach. Now, many of you may be asking what the certification cost is. The range actually depends. It ranges between 500 to 2,000, depending on the complexity of your organization or your system as well. These CEM marks, once you attain them, they are valid for 2 years. And there are actually a list, there's a certification body which you can actually get it from as well, which we'll be going through later on. I think maybe more importantly, why this is important. This is something that we should also take note of. Many of you may be asking why IMDA is mandating CEM. Is it another certification that we all need to get? Is it just another something for us to just jump through and get? Or why are you making the program more difficult? If you look at the statistical data, when we talk about some of the recent breaches that has happened, it's actually quite alarming in that sense, and this is why we are putting these securities in place lah. So 41% security increase in data breaches. What that means in real life is that if you can imagine yourself as a small accounting firm, and one morning you discover that hackers have accessed your financial information and stolen all your financial records and their bank statements, etc. Now you would have to actually call each client and explain to them that your sensitive information has been sold on the dark web. The repercussions of this is quite serious, of course. Some clients will leave you immediately, others may threaten to sue you, and your reputation in the community or as a business is damaged and possibly ruined as well. Sounds like a long shot, but it's not, because this actually isn't hypothetical. We had ex-PSG vendors in the past experience similar scenarios where hundreds and thousands of their personal records were exposed. And these, mind you, are real people's identity, numbers, addresses, financial information, and business data as well. So these are not things that can happen in the future, but actually things that have happened already, which is one of the reasons why this is actually becoming mandatory. Let me explain to you also a little bit more of why this is good for your business. If you think about trust, being CEM certified or having that mark allows you to actually pitch to a potential customer and say, hey, we have the CEM mark. It's like having a safety certificate displayed in your restaurant in that sense, where your clients actually feel more confident choosing you over your competitors who may not be able to, have the same credentials as you. So it's actually a good thing to have. Second, going through this improved cybersecurity posture, you'll actually discover a lot of things you didn't know about your business. We have had vendors who go through the CEM and actually find out security gaps that they never realized that existed. It could be, like I mentioned earlier, an old employee that has an account that's still active, or a software that hasn't been updated in months. So this is more like getting a health checkup and finding issues before they become very, very serious problems. And third, you're also protecting your livelihood, right? A cyber attack can shut down your business for days or weeks. And if you put into context, imagine if you had some deadlines that you had to meet and you were not able to access your customer data, or they were being held ransom as well. So getting this CEM mark helps you avoid becoming the next victim that you always see about in the news ever so often. And lastly, of course, it makes you more organized. The certification process forces you to document your security procedures properly. It can be a little bit taxing and tiring as well at the same time, but instead of relying on we've always done it this way. It's ideal to have proper operating procedures and hope that instead of hoping that everyone remembers just what you do, like remembers what the password, etc. Okay, so now that we have gone through the CEM and what it is, let's just actually go through the timeline of the implementation. So we do recognize that this CEM certification, we have been telling you for quite some time now, they'll be mandatory. But we'll still, of course, we want to give you your proper due cost to attain these certifications. So all vendors will be given roughly about a year to acquire this CEM certification. And we also do understand that vendors will want to weigh the benefits of continuing with the pre-approval appointment contract against the time and resources needed to obtain and maintain the certification. So for us, of course, as a pre-approval program, we would love to have you attain the CEM mark and be part of our program. But of course, we know that these things are not so straightforward in that sense. So obviously, as a business as well, consider what is in the best interest of your organization when you determine the feasibility of attaining this certification to stay on the program. Yeah. Types of pre-approved vendor. So so how do you know? So there are a few types of pre-approved vendor, and vendors and which particular CEM mark must you get. So vendors that actually modify your own product source code, or basically if you are the principal in that sense, you would have to attain a CEM for ICT vendor, which we'll go through in the next slide as well. If you're a vendor that resells the third-party product and does not modify the source code, so for example, if you are a Xero reseller, QuickBook reseller, or HRMS reseller, then you would just need to have a CEM to pass the next annual contract review. That also goes for vendors that provide 100% professional services. So if you're digital marketing services or you do HRSS, you just need the CEM mark as well. Okay, so this is actually, I believe, a very good way for us to sort of dictate when your CEM is due or necessary. So if you are a vendor who actually was appointed a contract in 2023 May to 30th June 2024, and you've recently passed your annual review, then basically what that means is that the CEM mark is not mandatory in your 2026 AR, but actually in your 2027 annual review. And if you have an appointment contract between 1st July 2024 last year all the way until this year, 21st October 2025, then the CEM mark is not mandatory in your first round of your annual review, but will be mandatory moving forward in your second AR and beyond. And lastly, the first batch that is, I guess, that will be more recently affected will be that if you have received your permanent contract very recently after 22nd October 2025, then by next year, 2026, your AR, you would have to attain your CEM mark. So a good way to actually check is to check your appointment contract when you've been appointed as a vendor and see whether which particular category you fall into, and that will give you a better idea of when your CEM is due in the next annual review. And of course, if you have any queries regarding this, you can actually email us or the PA Ops team and ask them when your annual review or when the CEM mark is due. And for, I guess, in a good way, for company protection as well, to serve your customers' best interest, we do always obviously encourage all vendors to acquire it as soon as possible lah. So don't be of the mindset that okay lah, next year do lah, because these things are not so straightforward. I mean, they take some time as well, some commitment on your end as well lah. So definitely don't leave it to the last minute, because you don't want a situation where for whatever reason your CM mark is delayed and then you would have to be suspended or terminated from our program lah. That would be very unfortunate lah in that sense. Yeah. So I guess there are different CMs as well. We probably want to sort of iterate, and there's two parts of it. So there is a CM mark which actually covers your classical cybersecurity, your operational technology security, and your AI security. This is mostly for the non-product principles that must have this particular CM. So this is more like your basic cybersecurity essentials mark that you should attain lah in that sense. And coming as of 21st of October 2025, we actually have, or actually CSA has actually launched a CEM for ICT vendor. So ideally, this would be relevant to all product principles which would need to get this mark. So if you were previously in the CEM, if you attained the CEM for 2022, of course, that will be eventually sunsetted in February 2026. And then, but moving forward, you would still need to get the CEM mark lah. Okay, so I believe that when we announced this email, or we will announce this via email and via WhatsApp, we got a lot of responses asking Jia-Ling and myself, do I need a CEM mark? I actually am ISO certified. I actually have this particular certification. I have another certification. Am I exempted from this? So we have discussed this internally, and vendors that actually have the following active certifications will be exempted from CEM mark. So basically what this means is that if you have the following marks, then it may not exactly be necessary for you to attain the CEM already. So this includes your CSA Cyber Trust mark, your ISO 27001, your CSA Star, or your FedRAMP, your Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program. So yes, so if you happen to be a vendor part of the program and you have any one of these 4 marks, then it is likely that you may not need the CEM mark. If you are unsure, please feel free to always check with us as well. And just as a rule of caution is, while your certification is active now, please be advised that you will need to always maintain it and keep it active throughout the annual review process lah. Ken? Okay, so a little bit, I guess, in a way for us to decide, we've created a tree decision map for you to decide whether you are exempted from this or not. If you are exempted, refer to slide 10, which is what this is what I went through just now, whereby you have the surveillance certification. So contact IMDA, contact us to actually verify that you have passed you have either the CEM mark or any other relevant marks. If you have, maintained the valid certification and resubmit them during your annual review timeline. If no, go down to this section over here where you ask yourself, am I a product principal? And if you are, then attain the CEM for ICT vendor. And if you are not a product principal, but you happen to be a reseller, then just get the CEM with the classical scope will be fine as well. There's actually a QR code here on the right-hand side for you to actually snap on and actually see what is the Cyber Essentials mark, as well as the funding support that is required as well. So if you have your phones, you can just quickly take a snapshot of that QR code. I'll just give you guys maybe a minute also to do that. Okay, so and then while people are taking the QR code and snapping it around, you need to save it for later. Download the self-assessment for the identified CEM and ask yourself the following questions. So if you are able to answer all those questions, then what you basically can do is start work on the documentations, and once they have been completed, engage a certification body to get certified and wait for the outcome. If, for example, you're going through the list of questions, the questions, by the way, are not that extraordinary lah. It's not like 50, 100 over like it's 40, some 40 odd questions. If for example, in the event that you cannot answer any of those questions, then it might be in your best interest to engage a CISO as a service vendor lah, in that sense, to actually handle. And what they will do is they will actually prepare and assess your company and then give it to you or certify you lah, in that sense. So there are two routes that you can go to. One is you can do the self-evaluation on your own and engage a certification body, or you can engage a particular specific vendor to do that as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe I'll just wait here for everyone, if in case you want to snap a screenshot and take some shots of that as well to just sort of go through lah. Yeah.
Anyway, Adam will be sending the slides to everyone, and also we will be posting this on YouTube.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Maybe we can move on to the next slide.
Sure. Okay, so a lot of you may be wondering as well, I guess, how attainable is the CM mark, and is it difficult to get, and how long does it take? And today we actually invited one of our current PSG vendors, Lionel from Web Essentials, to share more about his recent experience. So maybe I can just get Lionel to unmute yourself.
Hi, Adam. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Fantastic. Hey Lionel. Okay. Hey, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate your time and effort. And I just realized that my camera's not been on for the longest time. I'm so sorry, everybody.
It's okay lah. We all know how you look like.
Yeah. Yes. So maybe we can just have Lionel introduce himself as a PSG vendor. That'll be great.
Sure. Thanks, Adam. So, hi everyone. My name is Lionel. I'm from Web Essentials. So, we're actually a PSG pre-approved vendor for 3 solution categories, which is e-commerce web development, digital marketing, and the AI engagement chatbot solution.
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that, Lionel. So of course, I think most people would want to know, in that sense, what made you actually embark on the Cyber Essentials mark in the first place before it obviously became mandatory?
Okay, so at the beginning, we were actually trying to understand more about the whole thing. So I think sometime at the end of 2024, there was a seminar which I actually attended. And then as we learned, we realized that cyber threats and data breaches are becoming more common and frequent. So since we were already exploring it, we thought, why not just take a more proactive step to protect our digital assets instead of waiting for something to happen. That's where we just took the first step out to explore about CEM.
I see. Okay. And did you actually do the self-evaluation on your own, or you went through the CISO as a service consultant route to actually help with your CEM certification?
Okay, so to be honest, we went to check out the self-assessment, but we realized thereafter that there were actually initiatives that allowed us to engage an approved vendor. So I thought that it just made a lot of sense to take advantage of that. So in order to save time, we wanted to move quickly as well, and wanted to make sure that everything was just done properly at the first try. So we decided to have a consultant on board to help us lah. On top of that, there was also some grant support available, so it made the cost really manageable, which helped us in our decision to engage a consultant.
Okay. Do you mind sharing roughly what that cost seemed like to you, if that's okay, or maybe a rough aggregation, just so vendors can have a better sense of what it might cost them?
Okay, sure. Okay, I'm not sponsored for this, but anyway, yeah. So I think the vendors actually charge based on the number of endpoints that you have. So for us, because we had up to 10 endpoints, so the pricing that they charge us before the grant was actually somewhere around 4,008, right? But after the grant, the final cost was actually about 1,004. And the grant was actually a direct deduction rather than a reimbursement basis.
I see. Okay, okay. Yeah, that sounds okay. It sounds like the grant actually did help quite a fair bit, like in that sense.
Yes.
And the scope, did you manage to find out like what the scope of the consultant was, or what the real value add was from the consultant that did the CM for you?
So in fact, the consultant actually handled the whole implementation for us lah. Of course, there were times that we had to participate in it, right? So what they actually did was that they actually identified the gaps within our organization. They helped us to strengthen our systems and also developed SOPs and procedures for the internal use. So really our job was mainly to familiarize ourselves and work with them to come up with these SOPs and also attend trainings by them. Our team had to attend trainings by them lah. So it was probably about a half a day kind of thing. So on top of that, the consultants actually also helped us to liaise with the auditor who actually conduct assessments for the CEM. So basically they took off most of the workload from our hands lah, and our team were mainly focused on understanding the policies and also being involved in the training session itself.
Okay. And maybe a more in-depth question is, was it very difficult to, I guess, understand the technicalities when they were going through that half a day workshop, or just advising you guys on some of the securities that you guys should be aware of?
I think the good thing about having a consultant, right, is that even though some of the terms were quite technical, but they were there to actually break down into layman terms for us and really put the explanation into the context of our organization. So we didn't have to, go through a lot of these types of technicalities and trying to find out about them. So they'll be there to actually explain it to us in layman terms.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's very important as well, because as I was preparing for this CM presentation, I was also looking up and trying to understand how best to explain it in that sense. So I think that's also very important. Most importantly, also, I think people may want to know how long did the CM take, by the way?
Okay, so I actually from the start of the project to getting the certification, it took us about 2 months. So yeah, so on the screen is actually the actual timeline that we took. So we started they helped us with the grant application somewhere in October 2024. We started the work in 13 November. That was actually our initial kickoff meeting. So from 13 November all the way till 12 January was when we got the cert issued. In between was where we worked together to get all of this done. So I would say that the actual work itself is roughly about 2 months.
About 2 months. Oh, okay. So 2 months.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That's actually
2
quite
months.
reasonable in that sense. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And just sorry, I know last two questions, of course. So first one is what critical measures did you learn from the CEM exercise that you never knew before? And having gone through the whole process, or next time around, would you do it yourself, or would you use another consultant?
Okay, to be honest, I myself am not a very technical person, but some of the very simple things that we learned through CAM, which we started to practice after that, would be things like automating our operating system updates, the importance of enabling 2FAs, and also the periodical password changes. I think that helped us a lot. Implementing such policies in our organization actually helped us a lot in protection of our data. And with regards to whether I would go through a consultant. In fact, looking back, I think that I didn't regret my choice of actually going with a consultant lah. I think with all these tools that are available online, like the self-assessment, and honestly with Googling and searching around, definitely everyone can do it themselves, right? Because all these tools are actually available. But it's about the time taken to actually do all of this, and also, of course, in our point of view, the opportunity cost lah. Because if I'm having experts to do it right for the first time, then I could have saved the time to do something else as well, right? And on top of that, I personally felt that having an external party to come into the organization to help us to set up such policies actually also provided emphasis to my team on the importance of building a culture of cyber and data security. So it seems different, to have someone external professional to come and help us rather than us doing it on our own. Of course, going forward, because the CEM is actually renewable on a 2 years basis, we will thereafter decide whether to handle maintenance ourselves or to continue to engage them with the recertification support.
I see. Okay, sure. And any last or anything that vendors should be, I guess, aware of when they decide to attain the CEM mark, or any good tips that you would want to share?
Okay, so I didn't regret going for this CEM mark because I think there would be clients who are actually looking out for vendors who have this CEM mark. So I think it's going to be helpful in terms of marketing ourselves to potential customers. That's one. And also the second part is that I think it's important to actually implement something rather than implement CEM rather than waiting for something to happen, right? So at least on our side, we actually take the due diligence to do whatever we need to make sure that we keep everything safe. So I would highly suggest to go for this CEM. It has helped my organization so far, and I think it'll be helpful for everyone as well. I know that right now, with all of this actually coming in, it may seem like there's really a lot of work. But to be honest, over the 2 months, this consultant that we actually engaged really helped us to simplify a lot of things. And it felt like it didn't feel like we had to go through a lot, right? Because of having an external party to actually help us. And we managed to save a lot of time from that and also get our certification very smoothly. So yeah, that's my experience through this 2 months.
Okay, yeah. Thanks so much, Lionel. I really enjoyed and appreciated your sharing as well. I think I also liked what you said, where it's better to get it before something actually happens. I think that is something that maybe some vendors or people can relate to, in that sense. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Lionel. Okay, so for anyone who wants to know which vendor, which consultant we can contact Lionel in that sense, of course, this is a caveat. We don't promote. IMD doesn't, promote or push any specific one. Please, go and engage your own independent one and ensure that you are aware of all that is required of you, lah. Moving on, we have some prepared question and answers. So I'll go through some of the common ones, and then after that, we will open the chat to answer the questions that you may have as well. So question number one, I'm a product principal that has acquired CM recently. Do I need to update it to the CM for ICT vendor, and how can I do it? So the answer is yes. You will need to have a CM for ICT vendor to pass the annual review. And you actually can approach the certification body that helped you with your initial CM certification on how you can sort of, I guess, upgrade your CM to the CM for ICT vendor lah, in that sense. Just take note, the CM will actually be decommissioned in February 2026, and then moving forward, it will be the latest CM for ICT vendor lah. Just for your knowledge. Next question, I'm a product principal with more than one permanent contract. Do I need a CM for each contract? CM for ICT vendor certification scope, it can cover more than one solution, but only one certification will be needed lah. In the event that you develop a new solution and you need to submit that for pre-approval, you can actually work with the certification body to update the certification scope at a later date lah, in that sense. So yes. We are a reseller of a cloud-based product. So does this mean that both the principal company and us need to be certified? So the answer for that is currently you only need to be pre-approved, certified as a CM vendor. You'll be only required our pre-approved vendors to have the CEM as a reseller. And depending on the solution category during the annual review, our PA Ops team may ask for additional supporting documents from your product principal, such as your annual VAPT or your SOC Type 2 report. So if you're a reseller of Xero or QuickBooks, etc., we may request those documents for you, and you would have to request them from your principal in that sense. Next one, my company already has ISO 27001 or other equivalent certifications. How can I seek exemption? Please share the certifications that your company has acquired with IMDA. Please email it to us or the PA Ops team. We will assess the scope of your certification, and once it has been evaluated, we will inform you if your company can be exempted in that sense. As mentioned previously, the 4 certifications that we would look that would be equivalent of that or actually higher would most likely be able to, but just as a precaution, obviously just check in with us just to double confirm lah. Yeah. A good question, why must resellers get CEM when it's a product principal responsibility? So the pre-approved vendor is responsible for actually setting up and configuring the solution for your customers. So if you use Xero or QuickBooks, you are actually doing the setup for them. So we do require you to have a minimal cyber hygiene in that sense, very basic stuff, nothing that is over the top in that sense lah. So there is a need for even you as a reseller to be CEM certified in that sense. Will IMDA refund us the cost of getting CM if our appointment contract does not pass the annual review or for whatever reason is terminated? So in this instance, unfortunately, no. CM actually does help you as a business as a whole, whether you're on the program or not. It helps you improve your security practice and reduces the likelihood of data breaches, and also provides your customers with greater confidence about your solution and services. So if you, for whatever reason, maybe you do not remain part of the program because you have breached other parts of the contract, we will not be able, or we will not be liable for that cost of attaining the CEM certification mark. Yeah. Last part of the Q&A is that I'm a pre-approved vendor for e-commerce package, for example, WooCommerce or Odoo, using open source product. Do I still am I considered a product principal or reseller? So if you make 0 modifications to the open source product and you just help customers configure it, then we will see you as a reseller. In the event that you do make custom modifications to open source products, then we will treat you as a product principal. If you're unsure which is which, as per usual, please drop us an email, send it to PA Ops, or even myself and Shirley, and just inquire with us. We will check if we don't know the answers for you. Last 2 questions. I have multiple appointment contracts. Some are my own products, some are third party. Do I need multiple CEMs? You will only need a CM for ICT vendor that covers your products. Yeah. And last part, I understand from a fellow vendor that the CM took 9 months and there were many issues found and have to be fixed. Can we ask for extension if we're unable to acquire the CM by our next AR? So the answer is no. So no extension will be given. You are strongly encouraged to embark on the CM as soon as possible. I believe that Cherry and myself, quite a lot of times we have been also telling y'all that it is good to have and to actually start that journey sooner rather than later before this becomes mandatory. Throughout the 2025, we've been definitely telling vendors that. So in the event that you aren't able to meet any of the AR criteria, we are at liberty to suspend your appointment contract for 3 months. And during these 3 months, of course, your solution will be delisted from BGP, Go Business, and CDO as a service as well. And customers may not be able to buy anything with PHG support lah. So in order to avoid that, please definitely start reaching out and planning to get or start doing your CEM mark lah, in that sense. Just take note as well, appointment contracts can't be asked. Appointment contract can be unsuspended after all the AR has been met. So in the event that you have not met the criteria, you'll be suspended. But once you have met it, it can be in that sense. Yes. I think that is actually quite a lot of questions, and I'm sure you guys have more. So maybe what we will do now is I will open the floor to the vendors, and we can actually go through some of the questions as well. And we have our lovely PA Ops who are actually in session with us as well to ask.
Okay, your first question is here. We started engaging the CISO in August, and in the midst of getting certified, this is the first time I'm hearing about CM for ICT vendors. I would like to know what's the difference between these two. Would Giok or Wee Seong want to take this question?
Okay, Giok here, I'll take this question. Yes, so CM is packaging, so it doesn't cover any of your processes and products and all that. So whereas CM for ICT, you will have requirements like, is your product regularly patched? Is all the dependency, let's say you use some libraries and all that, are you patching those things whenever there's vulnerabilities? Are you doing backups of your solutions, the data that your solution generated from for your customers are that, and whether you test your backups or not. Yeah. So there are a set of requirements that are slightly different from the base CEM.
There's another question. Where do we get the list of pre-approved CEM vendors? I think Mike might be saying the CISO vendors, maybe. Adam, maybe you can go back to the slide.
The link that the QR code that we shared just now, link to the CSA service essential page, has all the information there. It includes
this
list of
one, right? Yep.
certified
Yeah.
vendors.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are wanting to know which are the list of pre-approved CEM vendors, please use the QR code link to actually get access to that as well.
Our CTO as a service also ranks and lists all the CISO vendors packages by the cheapest to the highest price. Yeah.
Next question. If we are DPTM certified, are we exempt from the CEM? So let's just go back to the different certifications. DPTM. So I think from our slide over here, we have mentioned the type of certifications that could be equivalent or higher. If your certification is not one of these, you may need to get a CEM mark. But if you would want to double check, please drop us an email and we will gladly check with you and let you know whether that DPTM is actually equivalent or can be allowed you to be exempted from the CEM mark. Next question. Please share the email addresses where we can reach out to inquire about the CEM. Sorry, so this one you want to share, you would like the email addresses where you can reach out to inquire about CEM. Should that be our email? Just wanted to check with Jieling or anyone from Kio. Would that be us?
Or should it be Wee Xiong's team?
No, I think we
One
can just
generic email.
Just send to Jieling and Adam, then we route to the right people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So if you have any question, if you want to check to find out more about the inquiry about CEM, just email Jieling and myself. Let me just put in our email addresses there. I'll put it at the end of this Q&A lah, so everyone knows to ask where to ask. Okay. Next question. Hi, my company is embarking on data protection trust mark. I would like to know if we could be exempted from CEM. Okay, so again, if you're DPTM certified, maybe we can ask Wee Xiong or Kiyok, would this be equivalent or allowed, or is there something that we need more time to discuss?
We will take this offline, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So please drop us an email and we will let you know personally. Next question. My company is certified ISO 27001 and Cyber Trust Mark. Advocate, is CEM exempted? Also, is it necessary to do a VPT even when we are a reseller? This is because vendor may treat their VPT test as confidential. Can they accept PCI DSS certified? So Cliff, I think maybe yours sounds like a cybersecurity solution. If your solution category requires you to do a VAPT, then you will need to submit that as well. But if you are ISO 27001, as from the slide, you may be exempted for it as well. But please, of course, do reach out to us and confirm that as well before moving forward and before your annual review lah. Yeah. If our principal for the product that we have resell is also ISO 2701 and done SOC 2 Type 2 and pass report, do we still need the CEM Classic reseller? I'll just pass this to Kyo.
Yeah, the answer is yes. The resellers, you will need your OCM. And regardless of whether you're selling Microsoft or SAP, you still need you to have a CM.
Okay, yeah. Next question. What is the grant that Lionel shared called again? Lionel from Webstar, if you're still here,
no, it's the CISO as a service lah.
CISO as a service lah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can just Google CISO as a service and you should be able to find out more information about that grant as well to get subsidized. Do we still need CEM? Sorry, question moved. Do we still need CEM if our solution does not collect any customers' data? Yes. So moving forward, as long as you are part of our program by your next annual review, by the time of your next annual review, depending on your appointment contract, you will need a CEM mark. Next question. We've only submitted our PhD application, but we have not received any confirmation of approval. May I check if we are required to apply for the CEM mark at this stage, or should we only proceed with the CEM mark after our approval is confirmed? We are applying for digital marketing solutions. So I believe that you have an application that's underway. Maybe you want to wait for our PA Ops team to notify you of the outcome of that application. But if you are part of our program and you get the letter of appointment, then by your next annual review, you will need the CEM mark.
So it will
next
be
question.
not now lah, not now.
Yeah, not
Right.
now, but yeah,
Mm.
start working on it once you get your letter of appointment lah. Yeah. Next question. We need to submit documents for our annual review on 1st July 26 for digital marketing insurance. Do we need to submit CEM for 1st July? Cause you mentioned we have a year from now.
That will be yes.
No,
but
no,
actually,
no.
this one is not.
It will be
so
the
you-
following year.
Yeah, this one will be the first role that we mentioned just now. So you just passed the AR recently. So your next 1st July AR next year, you no need to have CEM yet. But your 1st July 2027 one, you must have it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Kyo. Next question. Are all the CISO aware of CEM for ICT vendors? Since we're in the midst of preparing for certification, does this mean we need to use the new assessment tool instead that is only published in October to apply for the certification? Okay, let me see if I understand your question correctly. So you are saying that you're in the midst of preparing for certification, but do you need to use the new assessment tool? I believe that if you're already on the way of attaining it, then you can just carry on. But if you haven't gotten it already, then you can use the new one. Maybe Wee Seong can correct that statement if it's wrong, or Kyo as well.
I think you can work with your CISO as a service provider and work with them because the delta between going from CM to CM for ICT really is firstly the scope. Secondly, in terms of the clauses, it's just a few more clauses that are additional to that. But in terms of scope itself, is something you need to relook at. And I think Kyo will probably have a better answer in terms of the scope.
Yeah, actually the deltas are not very small, and likely things that you are already doing is product principle. It's not something that's require you to do all the way to carry out those actions.
Okay, can. Next question. We've gotten approval for we've gotten approval to be pre-approved vendor started in May. Can I confirm that the CEM classic will only be required in 2027? So by your first AR, you would just you got your appointment in May, May 2025. Let me just go through. Yes,
Second
so
one, right?
no,
Second
so
row.
it will be second row, yeah. So it will be mandatory for you in your second annual review lah. Yeah.
And that will be 2027, right, Gio?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Yep. Who can we contact or email to determine if our product that we resell is in need of CEM Classic or CEM for ICT? Yeah, so I believe that you can check in with either PA Ops or Jelling and myself, and we will be able to better advise you which particular one that you'll need to get. Yeah. Just so you know, I think I announced this just now as well, and I believe this is what we were told as well. The CEM Classic or the CEM actually will be decommissioned in February 2026. So moving forward, the CEM for ICT will be the CEM to ascertain moving forward line in a sense. So if you're already in the process of embarking on a CEM Classic, that's fine. But then moving forward, come February 2026 onwards, you will need to get the CEM for ICT lah. Yeah, that will be the only CEM that will be available. Okay, surprisingly, we've cleared most of those questions. Is there any more questions? Maybe we'll give a few more minutes to answer any last minute questions that you may have. And of course, please take note that, yeah, don't worry, this session will be recorded. You'll be given a copy. All the slides will be there for you as well. So you can always check back with the slides. And if you want or you require more information, you can actually drop us an email in that sense. Yeah, so Grace, you missed out on the grant part and you want to know where you can check more information regarding the grant. Just check CISO as a service and check it out from the CSA or Cybersecurity Agency of Singapore. You should be able to find information about the mark or the grant there as well.
I've just provided a link in the chat. This is the listing. Yeah.
Okay. Please repeat the part where you mentioned CM will be decommissioned and left with which. Yes. So again, one more time, the CM, the current CM, not the ICT one, will be decommissioned in February 2026. And then moving forward, the only CM that you can attain will be the CM for ICT vendor lah. So if you are
Adam, sorry, you're making a mistake. So there's currently a CM 2022, and that will be replaced by the CM 2025. That's all. Yeah. CM ICT vendor is a different thing. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Wee Xiong, can I get you to just reiterate that part again about the decommissioning, perhaps?
Okay, so
for everyone's best interest.
So there's two CEM that has been launched. One is CEM, which has a 2022 version, and then subsequently early this year we launched a 2025 version. There is a CEM for ICT vendor, which was launched in October this year. So for the product principle, the requirements is CEM for ICT vendors. If you are a reseller, what you need to meet will be CEM, And CM 2022 version will be decommissioned in 2022. In Feb 2026. So moving beyond 2026, there will only be a CM 225 version. But in fact, right now, most of the CISO as a service provider, as well as certification bodies, they are already certifying CM 2025 version. They are starting to phase that out because, to be fair to their customer, there is no need to continue with CM 2022 version.
Okay, thanks, Wee Xiong. Let me just see if I can find that slide to just show everybody. Yeah, I think this is the slide to mention the different CEMs. Okay, so we will, I believe, just hold off 1-2 more minutes in case there's any last dying questions.
Adam, I just want to share, since everyone is like interested in the price. In one of the decision tree slide, I actually put a link for the prices. So this is the CTO as a service one, where it is ranked for you already lah, by prices, I guess, and it's after the grant amount. Okay, this is one resource for you to find. Another resource, let me just share, will be the link that I've just showed. So this one is more comprehensive. You will need to filter the number of endpoints that you have, then you can compare each and every vendor, how much is the price, and who you can contact for more information. So how many people are there? CISO vendors, 24. This is the CE scope. Oh. Okay, do you know what's this CE, right? So unless they want to go for cyber trust, then this is the cyber trust scope. Then the rest actually no need, right? They just need to refer to the first one. Is this correct?
Maybe let me add on to that. I think we have published the price officially. There is a package for Cyber Essential CEM 2025, and then there is a pricing for CM for ICT vendor. And on top of that, I think we also added funding support for VAPT. So for those who have not gotten any funding support from CSA previously for VAPT, we do provide one-time funding support for you to do a VAPT on your solution. That's also in support of the launch of CEM for ICT vendors, which required all of you to have the VAPT solution, VAPT tested as well.
But Wee Xiong, if let's say a company has 3 solutions, can all 3 go for this one at this price or what?
So if you have 3 solutions, actually what you need is defining the scope. That means you define the scope of certification to cover all the 3 solutions that you have. And then based on that, you calculate the number of endpoints. And based on the number of endpoints, then you go and work out which package that you need to take on.
Okay, but Gio, this VAPT, is it something that IMDA recognizes or?
Sorry.
This VAPT service, is it something that IMDA recognize or?
No,
not?
VAPT is based on solution category level, so not everyone needs VAPT.
So this vendors are thinking not to do the regular vulnerability assessment if they collect personal data, for example, the e-commerce one, they cannot use this and give it to us, right? They still have to use the
CREST certified.
CREST
No,
certified one, right?
I'm sure the companies here are CREST certified also.
Yeah, we require them to be CREST or equivalent. So
Yeah.
yes, and this is a one-time, this is a funding support. If they do not want to utilize it, by all means, they don't have to. It's just that we make available funding support so that we can help businesses to offset some of the costs of adopting what needs to be done.
So this is different from the C scope or is an add-on?
This is an add-on. So they
Oh.
can be taken independently. So for example, today, if companies, if your pre-approved solution vendors already gotten a CEM and then they need to do a VAPT, they can utilize just a VAPT. They don't have to apply for both concurrently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And another question is, if let's say my vendor has already applied for this grant, can they apply for this one?
This one, as in VAPT, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, of course, they can apply for VAPT. They don't have to apply together at the same time or
No,
concurrently.
what I mean is they have already utilized one time for this CE grant. Can they reapply a new one under VAPT?
The VAPT will only cover the scope for VAPT. It will not cover CISO as a service for CEM.
Okay.
So all the services, we call it CISO as a service. And CISO as a service for CEM will help the organization attain Cyber Essentials mark. CISO as a service for CTM will help organizations attain Cyber Trust mark. CM for VAPT will help companies achieve the VAPT requirements. So
only VAPT.
Correct. So we break the package up so that companies who have already gotten CM, they can still take advantage of the package and go and apply for the package if they meet the eligibility criteria and get themselves supported if they need the VAPT services.
Okay. This is good news for a lot of our vendors. Thank you.
Okay, I believe that probably is most of the questions that we have answered already. If you have more questions, please feel free to drop us an email. Let me just type our emails here so you can drop us an emails to double check as well. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if you have any queries regarding your CEM marks, which particular CEM you need to ascertain and when you need to get it by, definitely feel free to contact. If you have an existing email thread with your PA Ops representative, you can actually just ask them. They'll do a check for you, or you can just you can just email Jie Ling and myself, and we will check for you as well. Yep. If that is all, then it was really nice to see everybody here today. Hopefully, you guys have gotten the information that you need. And if you don't, just ping us and we'll do our best to help you as well. It is a Friday, so wishing everyone a good weekend and thanks to everybody who participated. Wee Seong, Kiyo, Lionel, Chia Ling, and all you wonderful vendors who have been supportive of this program. Yeah.
Okay, Adam, let me end the meeting. Or do you
Okay.
need to stay on?
I'm okay. Bye, guys.
Okay.